Good morning, learners. Welcome to today's science lesson. And our lesson today is going to be the characteristics of lipids. Remember, in our previous lesson, we did characteristics of solids. And these were the characteristics of solids that we saw. Characteristics of solids. Number one, we say that solids have definite shape. Number one, definite. Solids have definite shape, meaning that there are those shapes, solids that are oval in nature, others are circular, others are rectangular, others are square shape. So these are the different shapes in which solids exist. So they have definite shape. We also say that definite volume. They have definite volume, and we say volume with the amount of space. Amount of space occupied by matter. The amount of space occupied by matter is going to be the same. We gave an example of a stone. When you lower a stone into a eureka can, the water that's going to come out from that particular eureka can is going to be equal to the space that is going to be occupied by the stone. Then lastly, we say that solids have definite mass. They have definite mass. Means 1 kg, for example, of unga, you put it in a bucket and remove the same 1 kg of unga from bucket and put it in a sprayer, and you still remove it from there and you put it in a bowl. The volume, the mass is going to remain the same. The mass is not going to change. When you put in different containers, it's going to remain the same. So in this lesson, learner, I want us to deal with liquids and examples of liquids that can have. Let me give you examples of liquids. We can talk about water. That is a common liquid that we know. We talk about milk that we use every day. We can also talk about cooking oil. All these are liquids that we interact with in our everyday life. So you want to see how do they behave? What are the characteristics of these particular liquids? How do they behave? And we are going to realize that there are only two characteristics. Number one, they are going to have definite shape, mass. Sorry, they are going to have indefinite mass. If you don't find the word, we say no liquids have no definite shape. If you don't find that no definite shape, you are going to find indefinite shape. Indefinite means no definite shape. So if you find indefinite, meaning that no. So how do we explain this? Liquids have no definite shape. I want us to get some different diagrams here. We have our milk. We put the milk in a cup. That is a cup. We have some milk here. We still remove this milk from that cup and put it in a bottle. We are going to put it in a bottle. We still remove this milk from this bottle and put it in a bottle, another bottle looking like this. And the milk is going to enter there. We can also place it in another bottle. We have a bottle that has been designed like this. The milk is still going to enter there. So what do you mean by these are A, B, C, and D? So the same amount of milk placed in different containers, they are going to take different shapes. So in other words, what we are saying that liquids occupy, they assume the shape of the containers they are put in. Liquids assume the shape of the containers they are put in. What do we mean by this, Lana? That this means, look at this container, the shape of this container. When we place it in the bottle, it occupies the shape of that particular bottle. We transfer it to this particular container, also looking like this, and the water could still enter and occupy. Take the shape of that particular container. Even this bottle would look like this. It will only also occupy or assume the shape of that particular container. So they do not have a specific shape. Liquid occupy the shape of the container that they are put in. You put it in an oval shaped container, they will assume that shape. They will look like that. In other words, they're going to look like the containers they are put in. So they take the shape of the container into which they are poured in. So that's one characteristic. Number two characteristic is that liquids have definite volume. Liquids have definite volume. We have definite volume. Meaning that when water is poured into containers of different sizes, the volume of the water remains the same. This shows that liquids have definite volume. You can have big containers like this. That is a bottle with water. If you remove the same water and place it into a basin, this volume, and remember what we said volume is the amount of space occupied. This water is going to occupy a space equivalent to its size, its size. So if this was 1 liter of water, the space is going to be occupied in this particular bucket is also going to be of 1 liter. It doesn't change. Even if you remove it here and put it here, it's going to be the same volume. So we say liquids have definite volume. So the volume does not change. Even if you transfer very many different types of containers, it's going to be the same. And lastly, Lana, liquids, of course, have no definite mass. Have no definite mass. Have no definite mass. So you're going to realize that what we call the mass is mean by the heaviness or lightness of something. So for example, if you try to lift a container here which is full of water, and another container which is empty, same container when it's empty, this one feels lighter compared to this one. So we say liquids have definite mass. Sorry, have definite mass. They have definite mass. So if you try to lift this same container like this one, this is having water. You lift this heavier compared to this one. When you lift it, the same container without the water is going to feel lighter. So that means that liquids have definite mass. They have definite mass. So most important points to remember is that liquids have definite mass, they have definite volume, but they have no definite shape. Definite mass, definite volume, but no definite shape. They take the shape of the containers they are put in. So until next time, learner, I wish you well. I'm going to give you work in this lesson. So today on Thursday, we're going to have work for this particular lesson. God bless you. Let us write these notes very well. After you have written the notes, let me see what exactly you have written, and I will be able to mark the notes. God bless you. Stay safe at home, sanitize, and always be busy.